Members, but we're doing well enough to recap for the stream for a previously on Dungeons and Dragons.
We got the bell, and we shook the bell, and then the gargoyles turned to stone.
Mm-hmm.
We needed to shake it first.
Mm-hmm.
Someone ran across the bridge, and there's some type of a puzzle on the other side of this bridge. However, I have no clue where the hell we are. Are we? Oh, we're like down under the...
Under the sarcophagus.
Yes, okay. Now I remember. So here we are.
The west was Lapis Lazuli and murder stalagmites and our pet guy. East was a mine. We went towards the bridge to the south, and there's also lava to the north. So we haven't explored east or north yet. And we were in the middle of... I think we just stopped the dudes from... we just stopped the dudes with the belt, and I don't remember anything past that.
The gargoyles. Yep.
Yeah.
Who had a weakness to ring my bell?
Mm-mm.
All right. Who gets inspiration for last session? I'll hear nominations.
I just walked across the bridge, not me.
Amon, because he did the make the animal like us thing,
I like that.
and we were totally gonna try and kill it.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Wasn't
was
that Draco?
Oh, was it Draco? I thought that was you.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
I decided I wasn't
Draco.
going to be the first person to kill it, but Draco was the one who
Okay,
actually had the successful turn it to
got
our
it.
side.
Friendly animals.
I
Animal
will
of friends.
Put the inspiration token on Draco's sheet.
All right, then. We'll pick up where we were. Rickety-ass bridge, closing a endless, bottomless chasm. There were gargoyles that were turned back to stone with the ringing of a bell. We have Renan on the far side who acknowledges that the door here is some kind of puzzle.
Mhm,
I
mhm,
described it
mhm.
as having 4 openings, slots, if you will, that we're looking to accept something. But besides that, Renan hasn't had the opportunity to really investigate any further. We are, let's call it, out of combat right now, so I don't know if we need the initiative tracker for turns, but if you guys come up with an idea of who wants to do what.
I had written in chat that we were going to start the session with Oni trying to get across the bridge, so we must have ended it on mine. So Oni trying to get across the bridge with one end of the rope to secure on the other side.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure that my rocks are hot for my eggs. While I'm looking at the slut bridge with 4 slots.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
And we're back.
And we're back.
We're back, yes.
Okay, so Oni's going to try to carefully navigate her way across the bridge. I don't know if this would qualify with my earth walk because I'm technically walking on stuff, but it's not ground, it's a bridge.
I feel like that's
it is
gonna
earth
give you the
products.
answer that you need right now. Like, oh, well, I feel like I should be able to walk across the air because what is the air resting on?
Air
Earth,
is
and what do
not
I
an
control?
earth product.
Earth.
Rocks
So
are an
therefore,
earth product. Bricks and wood.
no, but I think that based on your proficiency in athletics and your remarkable athlete feature,
Remarkable athlete.
you have no problem, picking and choosing where you need to make long jumps versus just step carefully,
Okay.
and you are able to join right on the other side of the bridge without incident.
Okay, perfect. Huzzah! Who's next?
Okay, wait. Before everyone
I'm gonna
comes over
secure
here,
the rope
let's...
so that we've got the rope for people to hold on to, just in case.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
I've got it secured on this side to the rod. So then we can use it to hold any time that there's that the path looks crickety. I'll come next.
I think we should try to figure out if there's anything we need help with on this side. We don't need to send everyone over necessarily.
That's what I was going to say, is let's look around and see what could fit into these slots before we all come across, in case there's stuff we have to do over there.
Okay.
Can I sort of look at the slots and see if I can't figure it out?
Yeah, both of you, now that you are close, can make an investigation check.
You know what's cool about that is I should have my character sheet already open. I don't, because I don't know how to play D&D.
I don't know why I had advantage on, but I got a 10.
Forgotten.
I am not very investigatory.
Did you say investigation?
Yes,
Mhm.
please.
Or, okay, thank you. I'm not either, so. Well, that's
Well, you
okay.
did better.
Yeah, it's like
You're gonna have to tell me what you saw.
your rolls tell a story. You find a magic mouth on the door that opens and says 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
No, absolutely not. Slut door. No.
You investigate. The door seemingly has no seams to it. There's no obvious hinges or ways that it opens. There are 4 specific compartments, slots if you will, arranged in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4 straight laterally across the door. And upon careful investigation, it's been worn down to all but a nub from time. But at the very center of a door, so just above the slots, there's a tile, a nubbin, a button. A small bit of stone about 3 inches square that looks like it's you would equate it to like a pressure plate on a floor, but just now it's on a vertical surface instead of a horizontal surface. It looks unmistakably like a button.
I want to touch it. I'm not going to. This is an intrusive thought. I'm going to be like, hey, Oni, look at this. Look at this button. I want to touch it.
And you're gonna
I
go,
want to touch it.
"Ooh." And every time she
Please let
gets
me
close,
touch
I'm gonna
it.
slap her hand down.
Okay, I'm going to ask everybody to clear the bridge, and I'm going to touch the button.
I'm gonna hang off like to the side, right over here.
Yeah, like make
She's
sure you're
gonna
hanging
touch
onto
the
Hug the
something.
wall.
Yeah.
I'll stay okay.
She's gonna touch the butt.
Can
Alright.
I tie a rope around her waist? Like tie a rope around her waist to my waist in case she gets blown backward.
I can acrobat. I
Oh,
can
that's true.
acrobat my way down this whole chasm.
That's
Let's
true.
go, chasm. You can't hold me back.
Let's go. All right, you touch the button, and there is gentle pressure. It recesses in, sort of like this stone grindy sound as the tile recesses into the stone door until it's flush. There's like exactly 1/4 of a second that just feels because there's just no immediate reaction. And then from all around you, you hear the sound of something tumbling.
Silence.
Sort of sounds like
Oh.
dice in a tower. If you've ever used a dice tower, that sound of like just something tumbling down. And out of 2 shafts that you didn't see above you in the door frame, 4 hunks of polished stone tumble out and start clanking, bouncing on the floor, threatening to fall off the stoneway into the abyss.
I'm grabbing them. I'm grabbing them quickly. Help me, Oni.
I immediately bend over and grab the one closest to me.
You grab the 2 closest to you, and I grab the other 2.
Well, I wasn't
'Cause
sure where
2
they
hands.
fell. Oh yeah, that's true.
I'd like each of you to make a dexterity saving throw. Because you both did great. Well, actually, only Renan gets advantage on the saving throw. She doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
Dang.
doesn't
I
matter.
win.
No problem whatsoever. They bounce only 1 time each, and on the very first rebound, all 4 are grasped.
Yes, Mark's getting coffee. Good choice.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me see if I can't move us to a thing to show
Guess who
you.
has to do a puzzle first thing in the morning?
Michelle.
I'm so good at these. I have a long history of killing it. and killing myself as a result. Okay.
Those are
Oh,
the empty circles with the 4
no.
slots in the door. The tokens below are the 4 like mineralized ingots that dropped out of the slots. And there's at face value nothing more.
What are these? What's this one? What is this?
They look like small hunks of metal.
But they're different types of metal.
Indeed they are.
Renan, do you need
Um,
help?
Are
No!
are these metal also? Like, are the rings metal?
So this was unfortunately poorly designed on my part. I didn't think about that after the fact that it would read like metal. They are not intended to be.
Okay.
It's
So
not
this
like we
is
can match
stone.
materials.
Correct, yes. Yeah, I realized after the fact that might be misleading, that instead of it looking like slate, it might look like metal.
Okay.
And do these 4 holes look like this when I look at them? Like they're just all 4 in a row.
Yep, the slots in the door are uniform.
Okay. And then when I pick up each individual stone, metal, stone, whatever. What are they? What are they? Ore? Oh God, help me! Do they have different weights? Weights like
They do, yeah. Some seem denser than others.
mass. Holy shit! I got there.
And is the shape correct? Like, this one looks like it's got 3 sides. This one has 4 sides. Like, do either of these have an obvious?
This doesn't have
one
sides.
Or it
or
has
2
millions
sides?
of sides.
Mhm.
They are not of uniform shape, although
Okay.
they are roughly equivalent in size in that they would each comfortably fit in a slot. But there is no like square hole, square peg.
And different masses.
Correct. There are
Hammerhead.
different weights.
Okay. Now, at face value, I'd say this is probably a game of weight, of masses, like counterbalancing. That would just be what I think. If that's the only information we have to go off of.
Let's give it a try, and everybody say good morning to Zach.
Good morning.
Good morning to Zach.
Hello, Draco! No, fuck you, Draco. Hi, Zach! There we go. She's back.
I forgot which one I hate. Oh wait, it's both.
Mm-mm. I like real life Zach. Draco's, we're getting there. Okay, so before I start putting things in holes, consensually, is there anything that would make sense given like an order of this versus just a weight, like a mass that I can see from
Could it
just
be
looking?
sides of the prism, like
We
bucket?
asked that question.
No, you
Did
asked.
we ask that question?
You asked if it was a square hole and a square peg type of thing. I wasn't saying that. I was saying the one on the right seems to have three sides in the prism. This one seems to have 4. This seems to
Yeah,
have 5.
Megan
This
asked.
seems
Megan
to have
asked
1.
that.
Okay.
The observation there is true, and you're welcome to try to use that observation to solve the puzzle if you'd like. But there's no like the door itself has no inference that that's a thing.
Okay. I literally have no clue as to what this puzzle could be. So here we go. Don't die, guys. Watch the bridge. This could be bad. I'm just...
You get 3 in place, and before you can place the 4th one, there's a ruckus shaking, and debris, severed stalactites begin to fall out of the ceiling above you, doing damage to the bridge and threatening to splatoon a couple of you. I'd like everybody to make a dexterity saving throw. Renan and Oni get advantage because they're in the alcove of the doorframe.
I just tried to kill you all. I just hit it twice.
Sweet.
I got a 26. Oh no,
Don't
buddy.
look, Draco. Don't look.
Oh no, bud.
Have him tune in for the. Now you murder him. Nice.
Murder him?
That-
His
The
dice aren't
holes
awake
did.
yet.
It's the slut door.
All right. Unfortunately, Draco takes 11 points of bludgeoning damage as he zigs instead of zags, and a crushing stalactite finds him and basically just pins him to the stone floor.
Oh,
Poor little
no.
guy. Mark that down. Who is
I've got
piloting
his.
him?
I've got his character sheet open.
Thank you,
I
Mary.
didn't ask. I just assumed since I almost killed him last time that you guys would want me to pilot him.
Yeah, let's see if we can make it stick this time.
So
No.
so mass wise, which one of these bad boys weighs the most? We'll call this
Uh,
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah,
Okay.
we could probably color code them for you.
Going to have to think about this for a minute, and I'm sure that after I make this decision, someone's going to discover that I am wrong.
Didn't know.
But
Mhm.
arbitrarily, I'm gonna guess that they go in this order for weight.
Okay, do I know what this is? Like, what is this? Is this pyrite? Is this gold? What are
That
these
is
things?
a interesting question.
That's
Unfortunately,
why I was asking if you needed help identifying the metals.
Chill out! I asked a question. That's
So
a
did
good
I.
question.
I said, do you need help? And
Not
it seems
yet,
like
thank-
you do.
Thank you, brother. Not yet. Thank you, brother.
thank you.
Before you do anything else, I'm going to take Draco away from the door and get him somewhere safe from stalactites.
You're in a lot of trouble, brother.
Mhm.
All right. Regrettably, Oni's investigation, which I was counting on being higher, did not reveal anything. Anybody with a knowledge in stoneworkers' tools or proficiency in history can make a check for this. Otherwise, we would default to Arcana.
I have
Can I
history.
intimidate it?
I'm gonna describe in great detail what I'm looking at and the different like mass differentiations to Amon and see what he thinks. What's
Thank
the
you
purple
for
one?
consulting me.
You're not here. I'm trying to like. You're on the other side of the bridge. I'm playing the fucking game.
And I was yelling across if you needed help, and you said, fuck you. And now I'm
and
helping
then
you.
I needed it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I know my strengths.
Renan, between the
I don't know mine.
suggestive fingering of a door and profanities to your brother, I would like you to make a performance check as you do your best to describe the qualities and differences of each of the metal ingots for Amon to evaluate.
Really smart, and this is not a fair check. Oh, that's way better than I thought I would do. I am so good at performing.
Okay. In this arrangement of like least heavy to most masshole, the stone on the far left labeled purple sounds to Amon like you're describing the element erbium.
Erbium?
Amon loves some good Erbium.
I don't know how to spell that, guys.
John put it in chat.
Oh, okay,
Looks like a
good.
made-up word.
Because I was like, I think it is too, and we're gonna need all these words because it's gonna be a word game because it's
Sounds like-
John.
The second one, he asks you to see if it's attracted to any of the other metals on your person.
Mhm,
There is
mhm.
a slight
Is it?
attraction. Amon determines that this is likely neodymium.
Again. Okay.
The third one, based on your description of its crystalline structure and its density, he guesses it could be osmium.
My son just stole my makeup. Hold on. Hey,
Let's go!
bro.
Who wants to be a pretty boy?
No.
And the last one is familiar to her because of her pilfering background. It seems to be a small ingot of platinum.
I saw.
Ooh, I suggest that we put it in the order of nope, because that's gotta be right.
There's basilisks and they airware.
Okay.
I think in this one they're
airware.
erbium.
No. Okay.
And you have those
So-
written
Okay.
in order of purple, red, blue, orange.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
They could
They
be,
all end with IUM. So if we took that off, what letters are we left with
Except for platinum.
to make a word?
What? Do you mean Megan's idea of nope?
Nope. No,
Yeah,
she was
they
saying,
can just
is there
suggest
anything, Herb, like you could do with the first 3 to 5 letters of each word?
Jeez.
I suggested putting them in the nope order to see what happens.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
we
I
drop,
think-
we
let's-
Draco
drop
gets
more
smashed.
stuff on Draco.
Like him
Purple.
specifically, not everybody.
Red,
Just Draco.
blue, orange.
Druid seeking stalactites.
PRBO.
Nope. Open? Wouldn't it be open?
No!
Everybody?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Let's try open.
Using
Fuck, did I get that wrong?
Peon.
Hold on.
Definitely peon.
That's not the
Behind.
right order. Hold on. Guys. What was it? It was in purple, red, blue. So open. This is just. You guys. Purple. Pretend that went in the hole.
That's what
Did
he
I-
said.
Did I open it?
You did. Renan has solved the puzzle, placing the ingots in the slots, spelling open in
I
the
can't
philosopher's.
believe you didn't make the open word nope.
The slots seal and the door slides left to right, revealing a vast chamber beyond that enters in a sloping stone stairwell.
Reddit's
Guys,
on it this morning. That
I
was
did
amazing.
a puzzle! I did
mean,
a puzzle!
I think we should award her
Whoa.
inspiration just right now. Let's just.
Hold on. We're
Nothing
a
else
half
can
hour
happen.
into this game.
Yeah, didn't need help from anyone at all.
I know. We
No.
were
Oh
leading you in
my
the wrong
God.
direction. That was awesome.
I was so impressed when you said nope right away. I was like, oh my god, she's got it.
Nope. I had that idea and then just stopped.
Did you really? Did you not see open, or were you just fucking?
I saw nope and just went, I'm good. If that's not it, I don't know what it is.
It just happened so fast. I thought for sure like you had just seen it. All right.
Okay. Yes.
Walking down about 40 feet of stoneworked stairs, you emerge in a room after you cross the threshold of which 4 torches ignite. Maybe it's only 3, I can't count. Yeah, 3. Torches ignite to fill the room in soft orange light. There are like vents,
Look at what I made.
very large, noticeable
It's like
Mm-mm.
ventways, for lack of a better term, on
That's
both
like-
sides of the wall, left and right.
One
One of them is at ground level, and one of them is about 10 feet up the stone walls.
I
about
can't
halfway
really
up.
I can't really hear you over Mathis, John.
Daddy,
Okay, I'll wait.
Sorry.
but Daddy.
Okay, but
But Daddy.
But Daddy,
we're playing our game.
oh, we're gonna call him Butt Daddy.
No, we're not.
I
Mm-mm.
heard that.
All right, Butt Daddy.
No.
Well, a lot of
There
butt
are-
daddy going on this weekend.
There are grates on the walls, left and right. There's a set of 4 grates at ground floor level, sort of like, I don't know, like a storm drain grate system might look like. And then about 10 feet up the wall, left and right sides, both near and far. There's another set of grating about halfway between the floor and the ceiling. Again, like a storm drain might look like, but here, deep beneath the earth, its purpose is not immediately understood to you. There is a massive stone collapse that has destroyed many artifacts in this room. Some of the ceiling has given way, and there might have been a statue at one point that has collapsed sideways. The rubble looks ancient, and it's hard to tell like what was broken versus what is just debris at this point. There are 3 notable elements that remain. There is a partially fractured stone plinth directly across from you, about 40 feet, on which stands an ornate urn that seems undamaged, untouched by the ravages of time. And on each of these support columns, left and right, there are 2 items that have been hung on ceremonial brackets that again seem to have been unfazed by time. They still seem, clean, lustrous, and undamaged. No marring whatsoever.
Recognize-
Someone
Dreaming.
want to go take a look at
I won't
the.
here.
Everyone talked at the same time. That was fun.
We can do initiative order, and you guys can tell me who wants to do what and where. That always seems to work out best for us. So, turn tracker is up. Go ahead and roll initiative. We can take out of combat turns in that order.
I agree with what Draco said. I'm also worried that something will fill the room. Wow. Wow.
I'm glad that was on an initiative roll and not something that was more important than that.
Matters.
Oh, because you had to roll for both people. I see what happened. All right, Renan, you take the initiative first. Makes sense because you're sneaky. What would you like to do? Broad
I'd like to
strokes.
just check, make sure there's no obvious traps. Give the room a quick sneaky sneaker, roger looker.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Well,
Roughly you kind of just giving the room a once over. Taking a sneaky peek, as you say.
it's not that great.
At least in the immediate vicinity of the opening here, you don't see any obvious trigger traps or pitfalls. You admit that with the layer of dust that has settled on the floor here, it would be very hard to see trigger plates. Knowing that, it seems safe enough, but in the back of your head there will always be that we should really find a way to clean up all the debris first. I should do a more thorough job, but everybody else is going to rush forward. Your party. So you did your best, but there's always going to be that nagging suspicion that there's something you didn't see. In a non-combat sense, is there any place you'd like to move forward in the room? Or are you going to let other people advance first? I care less about like actual character movement speed, just more like.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna wait to see where Oni goes, and I'll follow her.
Okay. Hoppy.
I'm gonna use a blue light special, and I'm also gonna look for traps, specifically thieves' camp or anything like that.
Okay. I need to actually look one more time at the blue light special.
Perception.
No, 1 second. I need to look at the item. You can make your perception roll now, Happy. Thank you. You can now clearly see that the two items on the stone supports are a ornate glaive and a highly polished steel helmet that has green emeralds inset in the eyes. And you can see that the Siri is trying to talk to me.
I found this on the web.
I don't even know what made her. I don't know.
It was emeralds. She's sending you rings.
Right. The stone altar here that supports this urn, that's partially damaged. Hoppy, you can notice from the entrance there, has runes on the floor around it. They seem to have been damaged by the ceiling collapse, and you can't tell what they say from there. Likely they're arcane runes, but it's worth noting that the vase has some kind of semi-perimeter etched in the floor around it. A detail we've not yet noticed. Would you like to
And-
move somewhere in the room?
Do
I would
not
like
go into
to-
the perimeter, friends. I mean, do what you
I'm
want,
gonna-
but
Move forward just a little bit to see if I can tell what's going on with these rocks. Is it debris? Is it something that do we need to move it? That type of thing.
It's difficult terrain to like crawl over. Some of these structures are large enough that like you have a hard time stepping over. Certainly, your more modest-sized friends will have to climb over them. There's no immediate danger for them here. But, as previously mentioned, a lot of it is collapsed from the ceiling itself. Although the midsection looks like there might have been a statue here that's been toppled over. And then over time, it's just covered in dust, and you had some dust erosion sort of whittle it down into sort of formless blocks. That probably was at one point a statue or a feature, an edifice of some kind here in the room.
We're having a sick little guy Minecraft issue, so I'm gonna have to step away for a minute.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
No,
really
you're
sorry
good.
about this.
hey, that's all right. We'll be here.
I'm where I want to be. Just leave me
Okay.
take care of this.
Oni, you're up.
All right.
I-
How bad of an idea do you think it is to pick up one of these items?
Bad. Please don't touch the butt.
Touch the butt.
I want to come over
Nope.
and get a better look at this mask.
Of
So
course you do.
I'm gonna move here. Is it like something you said it was a helmet with emerald eyes?
Mm-hmm.
Is that true? Is it like a piece of gear? Could we take it? Or is it like
my
human
God.
sized or is it
It is a plate helmet. It has maybe been ornamented in some size, shape, or variety.
Okay.
Like you don't see a way a person could see through it, but it is a human bucket-sized helmet. It
Okay.
is a plate helmet has been artistically modified.
Okay. And do I see any kind of pressure plates underneath it? Or is it sitting on a solid slab of stone?
Since you're this close, I'd let you make either a perception roll or an investigation check to like sort of vet.
I mean, they're both a 1 and not going to go great. Let's see how this goes. Hey! That's not awful.
It appears to just be hanging by a leather strap that over time has eroded, and it is just like it has frayed to a point that you think just a stiff breeze would snap that leather strap and send the helmet crashing down to the ground.
So it's not even actually touching anything from the bottom. It's suspended from the top.
That is correct.
And do I see, is the leather attached to stone above it, or is it like, is there a hole that the leather is coming out from? What I'm trying to figure out is if there's any kind of balance between this item and this item, if it's also suspended in the same way.
No, the stone wall has like a hook, a J hook that sticks out of it,
Okay.
and this has just been placed on it like a lanyard.
From the hook. Okay,
Mhm.
so it doesn't appear that there would be anything. Like, Oni can't see any reason why she wouldn't be able to. I'm not going to touch it with my bare hands, but like she wouldn't be able to wrap a piece of cloth around it and take it down. I'm not saying that's what I
There's
want to do, but as a
sure,
character, I don't see
like
anything wrong with
with
doing that.
your best investigation, critical thinking skills, there seems to be nothing that would stop you should you want to do that. Um, Beyond like the unforeseeable possibility that the helmet is also some kind of rod of immovable helmet.
Ooh.
Like shy of anything completely unforeseen and completely entirely unpredictable, it looks like you could easily just take the helmet off the wall and now you have a helmet with emerald eyes.
Okay.
As
I
you
feel like-
contemplate that, the emerald eyes swirl for a moment with a flash of green light. And as it
Mm-mm.
does that, a small wrinkle, a wave, coruscates across the surface of the helm, warping the metal itself. Like the
Mm-mm.
magic energy makes the metal warp, and it does a wave across the entire thing.
No. Don't touch that. Do not touch that. Have you seen The Mummy? Don't
I was
touch it.
going to turn around and ask the group what they thought. Obviously not with my bare hands, but what they thought about me using
Mm-mm.
a strip of
Mm-mm.
leather or material to try to take it.
Mm-mm.
Since Renan is so obstinate against me touching it, I'm gonna suggest that we get a better look at the other two areas and see if they're connected in any way. And if not, if we can take them down to investigate them further. And maybe Draco can come over since this moved. I'm going to say, hey, Draco, you should come over and examine this for its magical properties. And maybe he can identify some during his turn.
Okay.
And honestly, do what you want, but I would not touch that. And just, I feel like this is a really important time to remind you guys that we live in a world where mimics exist, and one of these days, a rock is going to kill us because it's just not a rock. I just needed to say that. I feel like we haven't had one in a long time.
All right. Oni, that's a lot of actions for you.
Yeah, I
Amon,
had a
it's your
double move. That was it.
All right, I'm going to go look at the other thing. Very, very cautiously and carefully. I just want to
Using my blade.
examine this other object and see if we can identify any correlation between the two, the one that Oni's looking at versus this one, etc.
Okay. Since you were as close and we're under no pressure, time or danger-wise, I'll give you the same option that I gave Oni. You can make an investigation or a perception check, just to kind of like sit there with your arms crossed and stare at it for a good minute.
Well, that's an easy choice because I got that big old eye.
Nice. You spend some time looking at it, as was the case with the helm on the other side. This is gently placed on a stone hook at the hilt of the blade portion of the glaive. It just rests gently on this stone pillar. There's no obvious movements or counterweights or traps or levers or tripwires that you can see, but it is a 6 foot of wooden haft that again has not seen the ravages of time. Where you have seen the stone on the floor here has, aged thousands of years, but the wooden haft of this weapon has not. And then above the hilt is, the 2.5 foot of bladed edge of the halberd. It is, or of the glaive. It is extraordinarily keen and highly polished. You notice that at the oh my goodness, what is that called?
You got this.
I do. It's the ricasso. At the ricasso of the blade, there is the ornamental design of a lion's paw on either side, as if like the hilt where the ricasso is joined is a lion's paws holding the blade to the haft.
And you said it is suspended just like the helm.
It's
Yeah,
on a
just
hook.
sort of loosely
Yeah.
placed on a peg hook. Yep, like you would in like a tool in a pegboard garage.
I would like to consult the compass to ask Wheel or Woe if I take this thing off the wall.
Just remember there's runes around the little thingy, so we could still find out more information before we start grabbing shit.
I'm just trying to use the tools I have.
I love it. I love it. Get it. Use those tools. Spin that compass.
I just have to ask it. So
Oh, look at John's face. You stumped the fuck out of him. He did not expect you to reach into that tool chest.
Yeah, well, it's like sometimes it's hard because I don't want to just be like, of course it's bad,
Don't.
or yeah, it's gonna be fine. But then like when something bad happens later, you know, I have to figure out like exactly how much the compass could possibly account for and how much I'm interested in sharing with you guys. And like so many things in the DM's world is like it's a bit of both, but that also gets tiresome to hear.
Yeah.
So if you ask the compass Wheel or Woe for removing the glaive from the wall, that's the phrasing of your question?
Correct.
It just spins in circles. It goes, fuck.
As I have, it takes an inordinate, an unusual amount of time to settle in the Wheel or Woe section, and ends up straddling the line again to both Wheel and Woe. And as you're about to sort of like resign yourself to, I hate this fucking thing, it always says both, it ticks slightly over into Wheel.
Okay.
Somebody's getting a glaive.
The glaive means to bluff.
To blave. So yeah, you're having dealt with this compass before, you get the impression that there's likely big upside here, although there will be some
It's not a
it's not free.
Yeah, it's not a 50-50. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to not take it off the wall just yet. I'm just going to let everyone know what I'm seeing.
Let's move to Draco's turn then.
All right, Draco and I have already discussed him coming over to detect magic on this bad boy.
I feel like at this point he could have just played.
I know what he's on comms, but he can't. He's not at a computer.
He's watching the stream.
Oh, Draco, fucking just play. What are you doing?
Well, he might have other plans. Maybe he could just join us for a little bit.
Okay. Within 30 feet.
I know I'm gonna have to move him in order to detect magic on the glaive.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you some stuff for free, I think. And I hate my pet peeve is when you have to make like a ton of unnecessary perception rolls. So I'm not going to. Right away, probably as you've expected, the helm emanates a magical aura. I'll give you, how about broad strokes first, and then you can tell me if you want to drill down on something specifically.
Okay.
Is that fair?
What kind of magic? What school of magic? Since
It
has a magical aura.
it bleeds as bright white, which Draco will know is not designated to a school of magic.
God touched, maybe?
The three possibilities are that this has been obfuscated to specifically hide the school of magic it belongs to.
Okay.
It is from a school of magic that detect magic cannot detect. Or there's something in this room that prevents him from detecting. Like the aura of non-detection, a spell known to Draco, is not uncommon, yields that kind of a result.
Okay.
Depending
It's
on what
really
else he sees in the room, you might learn more.
It's really fucking cool when we have no skills to do what we need to do. I love this right now.
Looking around the room quickly, Draco can also see that the urn is magical. The runic circle on the floor that's broken around the urn's stone plinth is also magical. The glaive across the room has a magic aura, and all 4 grates in this room are covered in a magical aura.
But they're all white. He can't tell. Or can he tell the magic from any of the other
He
items?
has to be within 30 feet of them to get schools. So if you want to move him around, I'm happy to give you information where I can.
From here, is he 30 feet not obstructed by stone? No, he's 35, so he'd have to move here.
Yeah, it isn't like a puzzle of getting him close enough. I just want you to tell me that you're giving me the narrative go to say he walks around the room.
Yeah, he definitely, as he sees the magical areas, I guess he'll probably inspect the grate first because that's closest to him.
Okay. The grates both are covered in a light. I think it's blue. I apologize if I'm wrong about this. Someone, I'm sure, will eventually correct me. I think it's light blue for conjuration. Although that could also be divination, and if it is, I apologize. But the school of magic is conjuration.
Okay.
And that tells us 2 things: that 1, there is no aura of undetectability, or if it is, it's elaborately designed to confuse people. And the other weapon is just evocation.
This one is evocation.
Mm-hmm.
This one is conjuration.
Correct.
And the runes?
Is enchantment and abjuration.
Abjuration. And the vase.
I guess technically they would both be the same too.
Which ones?
Abjuration
Okay.
and enchantment.
It would really help if I knew what those different magic families did, but okay. I guess Draco's turn is over. He's going to share what he has learned with the group.
Okay. Draco could tell you enchantment is kind of like what it sounds like. It's any magic that is designed to enchant an object, usually to improve its performance or enhance its ability. And abjuration is almost always protective magic, wards, seals, those kinds of things.
What was the glaive? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Evocation.
Evocation. That's like generally thought of as the school of damaging magic. You know, fireball.
So that's definitely mine.
It will evoke harm.
There you go. Renan,
Okay.
round 2.
Yes, sir.
You have action.
I have actions, but there's really nothing I want to do. I just want to keep a lookout and keep scanning for anything that could catch us, off guard. I don't feel like I have anything to contribute to like looking at runes, or I just want to watch my babies and make sure they're okay.
Fair enough.
As the teenager, I'd like to be the mama.
Why don't you give me a perception check with advantage, because you're just eyes peeled, and I would, that'll be representative of any kind of... If I try to surprise you, I just need to know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click that.
And
Sure. Okay. Perception. Well, thank God for advantage.
When the room undoubtedly fills with water, I was trying to see what spells he had that would like work with it.
Hoppy,
you guys say water, it could be fucking gas or something. Like, let's...
It could be.
Or like scarabs. I want to die. Okay, sorry.
My turn. I'm gonna go look in the... Can I see inside of the grates? Do I see anything in there?
Certainly go take a peek.
I will go take a peek.
It's
Perception?
dark.
Sure.
You see the darkness.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, keep focused.
Hoppy does see the darkness. It is a rectangular chute, for lack of a better term. It seems to go into the wall about 18 inches, and then it 45-degree angles up and away from you. So you can clearly see all that there is to see in that grate. You know, basically about 1.5 feet into the wall, and then it sort of chimney shoots up in the direction of above you. But there's nothing more to see in that chute than that.
And it's covered by a grate of some sort. It's not just a opening.
Yeah. Just like a storm drainer or prison bars, just every couple of inches there's a steel rod.
Then I'm done. I'm gonna just wait till they figure out the trap because Hoppy good at Smash.
Okay. Oni, your turn. Hoppy's like face down, ass up, trying to stare at the grate. What are you doing?
What do you guys think about picking up all 3 of the items at the same time?
I think that's a great idea, except let's please try to read the ruins before we touch anything.
Okay.
But I do think that's a good idea.
Who in the group would have the most knowledge of the runes? That's definitely not
Well,
Hoppy.
if
She's
it's
a warrior.
if it's arcane, I would say I don't know. It's either our druid
If
or
they're-
our historian.
If it's history, if it's history runes, then it's me. If it's Arcana, then it's Draco.
Then I'm
Yeah,
going to
Minotaur, me.
I'm gonna delay my turn to Amon so that he can investigate the runes. My suggestion is that we see if we can just pick up the items, but I'd like to pick up all 3 at once, which would mean that Hoppy would need to be at the vase.
Yeah, why don't we all delay and let Draco and Amon go look
Mm-hmm.
and see what they can see?
Yeah, they get their next turns, so.
I found a fun webcomic of a guy who's playing a Minotaur in a D&D campaign whose name is Gore, but he's a pacifist, and he likes to collect things on his travels, and he describes himself as a Minotaurist.
No, I love him. And his name is Gore.
Yep.
Gore, the pacifist
Yep.
Minotaurist. Oh, that's cute.
All right. Are we acting out of initiative, or should I keep taking initiative? Are we happy with that
Amon
plan?
will go next with his investigation of the runes.
I will. I shall. Indeed.
How close do you get to them? You'll need to get much closer than you are.
Oh, yes. The runes are on the vase itself.
So the vase is like the picture, but imagine that the circle's perimeter of that token is where the writing is.
Okay. I'm going to get about 10 feet away. And just to close enough to kind of see it, or maybe even get up on this rock here, and so I can look down from up above.
Okay. You. Let me see. Did you roll perception for this scene already at some point? I think you did. And you got a 14. From this vantage, you see familiar symbols. Right off the bat, you think this is just, archaic common, ancient common scrollings. Again, it's a bit like trying to draw parallels between Old English and Modern English, where it's sometimes the words have lost meaning, or sometimes they seem nonsensical when put together, but you at least recognize the letters, and it's not magical. Or it could still be, but it's not written in arcane script. It is covered in layers and layers of dust, but the runes that you can see and translate equate to like do not or must not, and the rest of it's covered in rocky debris or enough dust that you would need to brush it away. or blow it away, or get much closer.
Blow on it.
Move the rocks.
Do not cross the streams.
Do not pee on the urn. That's what it says.
Uh-oh.
I'm certain.
I dare you to lick it.
Don't dare me to lick things.
I'm going to get a little bit closer. I'm not going to touch anything, but I want to see if I can blow off some of the dust.
Okay. Gently, lightly blowing it, you remove another like 10 or 11 symbols worth of dust, and it says, do not disturb, or do not destroy, or perhaps even a more literal translation would be do not open. There's more written in the circle on the other side of the urn, but it, your best translation of this archaic script is do not disturb, do not molest, do not open, something in that vein of thought.
Do not finger.
Mm-mm.
Can Draco come
Um,
over and help him clear off the rest of the runes?
It's technically Amon's turn, so I want to see if he has anything else before we pass it to Amon, or to Draco.
I defer to Draco for a second opinion.
I was trying
Sure.
to extend Amon's turn and let
Yeah, you
Draco
guys can
help
do
him.
teamy stuffs.
I mean, I'm not in a hurry. We can work in collaboration here.
Yeah. Draco's gonna summon Wildfire Guy, and Wildfire Guy is going to clear off some more of the dust.
Show me using Draco's token where Wildfire Guy is going to be. Oh, you have the token.
Was it around here that hasn't been cleared yet?
Mhm.
Okay.
And like basically the southern hemisphere of that circle.
Mm-hmm.
And how is he clearing it?
Since gently blowing seemed to work, he's gonna try gently
He'll
blowing.
cast Fireball. Oh.
Flame seed, flame seed.
Um,
Although when he appears, does he do a little poof?
I mean, that is canonical. I mean, that is how he is summoned.
So would that have blown any
Air
of the
would be
dust away?
displaced. Air would
Okay,
be displaced if something poofs, according to cartoons.
And
If
and
something
also burst
poofs
the
into
earth.
air.
Because it is notably a burst of flame, he lands, poops fire and brimstone on his arrival. Yeah, I think that does it. It does blow away all of the dust on the southern hemisphere of the urn, which I don't know if he can read common or not.
Well, that's why I did it next to Amon, so Amon could finish
it-
reading it.
It'll be clear for Amon when Amon works his way around the urn, but again, the urn is large enough that you can't see over it or around it. Like it's, picture it being a massive urn on a stone plinth, the entirety of which is 6 feet tall.
Okay.
So Amon cannot see the dark side of the moon from where he is. But as Flame Seed Guy appears and starts, blowing around the platform, Renan, you're the first. Obviously, you're on high alert. You're on watch. You hear a very, very, very almost inaudible sound of clicking. It sounds like very small gear work turning together. And you hear the sound of a narrow, thin-gauged, like metallic chute opening. And then you hear the sound of like marbles down a rain gutter.
Mhm.
Just,
Okay, I'm gonna
go ahead.
say, you guys, we've triggered something. Something is coming, and it doesn't sound like water.
Quick, grab the stuff and go.
I'm gonna have. What? You're wild.
Touch nothing but everything. Grab everything.
Grab
Everything and go.
Abu!
We've already triggered the trap. Let's go.
Okay, grab your shit. Hey, you're all close enough to be
Yes.
able to grab something. I'm like, let's go, everybody out. No, the door is gonna close when you grab the things, and then we're gonna be trapped inside.
Put the
Well,
immovable rod in the
ironically-
doorway.
Not just because I think she would take me up on this offer, but because Renan is where she is and has said she's just, on Overwatch right now. Behind you, quickly but not rapidly, if that makes sense, a stone door is beginning to seal this room in its entirety. When it's done, it will be there. You and you alone have the option to be on the other side of that door if you wish.
Chuck the immovable rod to Renan and let her put it in place. We can
Please
do
don't
this.
throw a metal rod at me.
I was literally thinking the same thing.
We can do this. We can prop the door open
Um,
just long enough for us to run through.
I think we still have it set up to give us a safe passage across
The bridge.
chasm.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Can I shove my crowbar?
You have a crowbar?
Listen, it's in my list of equipment.
It's still Draco's turn. Can he cast Wall of Stone in the doorway?
To block the wall of
The range
stone.
is 120 feet. If he casts Wall of Stone... Well, I was also thinking I could use Wall of Stone to block the vents so that nothing comes into the room.
I am going to take a chance and jump on the other side of the stone wall in case there's a way for me to open it from this side.
Okay.
And I'm going to scream that to Oni.
Yep. As
Running
she
out.
grabs the helmet like football runs it.
You're about to die, bitch. Don't do it.
Yeah, but it's what she would do. She's not going to stay in the room.
A small swarm of scarab beetles emerge from the lower grates.
You see? Fuck you guys. I told you. No. Blech. This is my nightmare. I'm so glad I'm not in that room. Okay, sorry. It's not my turn.
And I'm going to add initiative for them.
Ugh. Ew.
Since
You're
I
gonna eat your
delayed,
skin.
since I delayed my action, do I get to grab it and move toward my friends?
1 moment, please.
Okay.
What was that? I missed it.
Not yet, Draco. In Discord, he says, Scarabs, guess Draco is dead.
Yeah.
All right.
I felt like
So-
that was gonna happen.
I was getting sheets set up. Meg, you had a question?
Yes, I had delayed my action so that Amon and Draco could read the runes. But my plan after that was to grab the helmet, to have us remove all three things at once and grab the helmet and run. So as soon as I see the scarabs and we know that the door is starting to close, Oni's probably just going to grab the helmet because that's what she was primed to do. Do I get to do that or do I have to wait until my turn?
I'll let you grab the helmet.
Okay.
Hmm. This is like the mask situation. It's about to fix itself to your face permanently.
I'm gonna grab it with my cloak. That way I'm not touching it with my skin. And it's tucked in
The
my
mask
arm,
knows.
just under my arm.
Okay.
What happens, John?
Um,
Riveting.
Riveting. Oni, I need two things. Actually, yeah, I will need two things from you.
Mhm.
The first is a dexterity saving throw.
11.
Oh
Okay.
no.
You
Aye.
snatch the helmet off the hook
Mhm.
with the cloak, and as you go, as you say, to like Heisman carry it under your arm and make your way to the door, it begins to move seemingly on its own.
Mm-mm.
That effect that caused the metal itself to ripple before was perhaps a hint or an allusion to its potential to liquefy.
Mm-hmm.
and
No.
it becomes an amorphous mass that slithers around your arm, up your shoulder, coiling around your neck until it face hugger grips across your face.
It's
For
literally math!
Okay.
for a brief moment, your world is complete darkness and you're suffocating. And then you can feel metal shear across your mouth line as it opens up. You can feel your tongue rake across jagged steel teeth as it opens up, and you can feel your mouth is now covered in these rough, coarse steel teeth. You can breathe through this cursory slit, and light begins to appear to your world again, slightly tinted in lime green. You can see the cavern as you left it before. You feel slightly heavier than before, but you're able to continue moving wherever you'd like to move.
Am I now made of metal?
Your faces.
Okay.
You literally got Jim Carrey the masked. We just fucking undid the like tattoo shit you had going on. We gotta take you back to Madame Marwad or whatever her name is and sell another dead person. You dumbass. Stop touching shit. Okay, mom out. That was awesome. Somebody touch the blade and let's see if it slices you in half.
Hoppy, get it. Hoppy, get it.
Hold on.
Oh, wait. We
Go
have to go
for
back
it.
into turns.
As soon as I get my turn.
We have to
It's
go back to
Renan's turn.
turns.
Renan, you have stepped out of the room as the stone door is closing. You had
Can I-
mentioned the idea of wanting to try to put a crowbar in its path. Is that still something you want to do? You have like a fraction of a second to attempt this if you wish, or you can just.
I
go
feel
for it.
like that is
Bye.
not gonna do any good. Can I see? Yeah, sure, I'll attempt it. That's the thing I would come up with off the cuff. It's dumb, but you know what? She's rad.
Okay.
Just not.
The door is, quickly but not like instantly closing. You have a very small window of time to do it. Can I get you to give me just a dexterity check to tell me how you're placing it?
I'm going to find. Well, let me roll it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, lucky 13.
How do you want to do it? Like straight,
Yeah,
parallel to
whatever.
the ground at a 45?
I would do. Yeah, probably a 45, wedge it. I would look for something that is an obvious like divot in the. For as much leverage, divot in the wall,
Mhm.
so that I know that I would have the optimum opportunity to stop it at all costs. So it's not going to give me as big of a opening as just straight parallel, but the likelihood of it holding, I think, is better.
You did get a good dexterity check, so you have the perfect opportunity to place it just as you described. And for a moment, the door is arrested. There's a gap in the door now, about 13 inches wide, 14 inches wide, and you can feel the crowbar, shaking and trembling. The jagged point of it is being drilled, kind of essentially into the wall of the stone cave. You don't think this is a long-term solution. Eventually, the mass of this door and its mechanism is going to either shear the crowbar in half or bury the crowbar into the stone wall behind it anyway. But for at least, maybe the rest of this round, you've kept it open.
Okay.
Hoppy, it's your turn.
I'm gonna grab myself a stick with a blade on it, and then I'm gonna go and punch the. I'm gonna try and get through the door. Possibly Kool-Aid Man style.
Nice.
Grab the glaive.
Yep. It lifts lightly off the hook. There's no hiccups, no hitches, no traps. Just
And then
gently
I can move
run.
40. How much of the can I? I can't quite make it to the door on a single move, so that means I have to double move, or I don't want to be on the other side of the door because I won't be able to fight anything.
We'll at least stand, I guess, on that side. Because, like Renan said, if it does close, maybe you guys can open it.
Can I get through the door, John?
Uh,
Or do I-
you'd have to shimmy, but it is possible.
You know, Hoppy doesn't really shimmy. That's not his core competency. Hoppy, however, does punch through things pretty well. So
Yeah.
why don't I?
Hoppy, Hoppy the door.
So why don't I make my own door out of their door? I have
Hulk
the Knuckles of
smash.
Knocking, and it does double damage to non. What do they call it? I can become a siege engine for 1 minute and deal double damage to unattended objects.
Mhm.
Does that seem like a good way to knock down the door?
Are you asking them or me?
I guess my question is this door something that we can do damage to, or is it like magically sealed? Do we know?
Having a soft spot in my heart for barbarians everywhere, and most closely personally identifying with a barbarian, there is nothing that can't be punched down eventually.
It's true.
Excellent. So
It's not a
That's-
matter of can it; it's just a matter of how long will it take. It will
so that's
all
my
break
plan.
eventually.
So I'm gonna attack the door with my maul.
Okay.
Doing double damage, and I'm gonna check all the boxes.
Are you raging?
No, I'm not, because I'm hoping to get out of this without
Spending a rage.
spending the rage, since there's 4 areas to go. But I do have great weapon mastery, and that does.
Okay. Make 2 attacks for me. I don't care about the attack roll. I just need damage.
Okay.
I guess maybe there's a world where I should have made you check a 1.
Do you want me to?
No, that seems unnecessarily mean.
21, 42 times 2, 84.
Yep. As the actually, Hoppy, why don't you describe it for us? You are successful in sundering a significant portion of this door, so much so that when the mechanism is done closing, there is still plenty of room for people to evac if they wanted to. But tell us how Hoppy destroyed the stone door.
So Hoppy grabbed the glaive and ran up there and decided that there was no way he was gonna get down on his nether bits and like get do the shimmy. So
Yeah.
he's just like, I can solve this problem, and he put the glaive away, picked up his maul, and he just comes down on it like a sledgehammer, and just powers through it.
Sledgehammer.
Nice.
Like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Oh
Hoppy.
yeah!
Poppy, you are very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But now we've just let the scarabs run amok in this freaking.
Draco's
Right.
gonna put a wall up as soon as we get on the other side.
Or we can
Yeah,
just break the
There-
bridge.
There's a bridge that's about to fall down.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
stone explodes in a hail of shrapnel. Hoppy
Someone
stands proud and,
Can call an animal that can
limestone
fly
dust.
us across.
true.
that ends Hoppy's turns. Oni, it's your turn.
I am going to rush here, I guess, and so that I can help Amon and Draco get the vase out. But since
Are we gonna
Amon
read the
told
rest of
us
it?
that there was a warning about opening it, I'm gonna yell, I'm not gonna open it. We're just taking it with us. We'll figure it out later. Then I'm gonna pick up the urn and start doubling back.
All right. As you pick up the urn, I need you and Amon and Draco and Fire Guy to make dexterity saving throws.
There's mine.
Oh!
Ugh.
As you remove the urn from its stone plinth, the immediate area surrounding it, the stone floor, becomes sand, and you find yourselves sinking into it. Unsurprisingly, Oni, you managed to just
Step out of it.
carelessly stride across it anyway, unfettered by it. Amon, you also are quick enough to move out of that area as it's trying to draw you in. You know about the lightning sand in the desert, and you managed to avoid it several times before. Draco and his companion, however, sink almost waist deep into the sand instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Oni, as you
Drake's dice are
turn to
actually
run,
broken.
you can see that the 4 upper sewer grates in this room
Mm-hmm.
now begin to just flow with a torrent of sand.
Mhm.
Just thousands and thousands of pounds of sand per second are just flowing freely into this room now.
Okay. So if they are waist deep in sand, that means that they have difficult terrain, so they can go half speed.
They will. Yes.
Yes. So can. Oh, but it's not their turn yet. I have responses to the sand for Fire Guy and Draco.
Sure. Why don't you finish taking your turn, and then
I'm going to make my way back with the vase as far as I can go.
Okay.
I wasn't paying attention. I was here. Is that right?
Yeah,
So
right
for
next to
double
the skull.
move, 50, and I can only go 30, so I can be here.
Sounds about right.
Here.
Okey-doke. The scarab swarm swarms like scarab swarms do.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I can't quite get there. I'm gonna get there and take no action. And I get to bite, and I'm gonna do advantage because you're up to your waist in sand.
Yeah, miss.
With advantage, I got a 6 is the best of 2 possible results. That roll can go die in a fire. Oh my god. Alright, it is a monster.
Alright, since Oni grabbed the vase, I'm going to use my
How far can you get?
I have a crowbar. I have a crowbar as well. I'm gonna like try to reach out to Draco and see if I can just pull him free. Because I have the ability to not have disadvantage on difficult terrain. So I just want to see if I can pull him free.
You'll need to get within 5 feet of him first, and it will require a strength check.
If you want to double move out, I was gonna use Fire Guy to teleport and then run. That was my plan.
Yeah,
with
I just want to
Draco.
get him out of the sand,
Mhm.
out of the sand first. You said strength check.
Oh.
He's a little guy. I think 12 is probably good enough to yoink him up out of the sand. Like a small carrot. There you go, friend.
Yeah.
You know, good orange. Alright, you have picked yourself a Draco carrot, and you've moved 10 feet.
And then since he's already said that he's going to teleport us out, we're just going to teleport out on his turn.
Well, we can only go 15 feet, but that will at least get us out of the
Oh.
difficult terrain. That's why I was saying.
Well,
double
I
move
still
now.
have. Yeah, I still have movement, so I would like to pluck him out of the ground and carry him
Nice.
for the remainder of my.
That seems fair. Draco, your turn.
Okay. So if Draco is with Amon up here, Fire Guy is going to, and Fire Guy can only go 15 feet in difficult terrain. But if he teleports himself out of the sand, is it still difficult terrain?
Say that one more time, Meg. I'm sorry, I lost.
So
your train
I
of
know
thought.
he's waist deep in sand right now. If he climbs out of the sand, can he move his full 30 feet, or will his movement speed still be cut in half?
Yes to both. Getting out of the sand without teleporting will cost him half of his movement speed,
Okay.
and then even once he was out of the sand, he still is in an area of difficult terrain. So the next 15 feet, the next 3 squares are still going to cost him double movement.
Okay. So he can move a normal amount if he uses fiery teleportation and doesn't get out of the sand, but just teleports himself 15 feet away.
Correct.
And then
yeah.
he'll have normal movement?
Correct.
Okay. So I think that's what Fire Guy's going to do then. He's going to teleport himself 15 feet, and then he's going to move his 30 feet. Hold on. Or was 15 feet 30? Yeah, I think he's where he needs to be. Okay. And then Draco can move, right? Because it's Draco's turn when Amon is done?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. If he double moves, he'll give those things an attack of opportunity, right?
You noticed that they were very sluggish and they did not attack Amon when Amon broke contact with them.
Okay.
So it's possible that they either don't or are perhaps like, dormancy sick still, having slept for so long.
Okay. Then he's going to double move through the crush door to Renan and Hoppy.
Okay. If you guys intend to just run through the door, I don't know if we need to do this by turn order anymore. I'm okay shortcutting it if you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's my plan, is to just carry all this stuff out and then have Draco seal up the door somehow. Unless you guys want to blow up the bridge, which I'm also okay with. But Amon and I both can move across difficult terrain, so the sand isn't going to bother us.
Yeah, let's just get out of the door and then get across the bridge, because at least that'll be a bottleneck for him, and we can try to destroy the bridge or light it on fire or something.
Then let's figure out what this thing is on my face.
Oh yeah, that too. Who's your boyfriend?
You know me. Yeah, just fucking killing it across this bridge.
You guys get to the stone bridge. Renan, leading the charge, has already performed an acrobatic routine of tumbling, jumping, and hand springing across it to the other side. Is the plan to just bridge Khazad-dûn, run across it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think so. At this point, we're just all in survival mode.
Okay. Anybody not proficient in the athletics skill or the acrobatics skill, I'd like you to roll athletics for me.
Good luck.
I'm proficient.
I think Draco's gonna have to teleport, but because he has zeros in both. This is not gonna go well.
Yes, that is correct, Zach.
Zach. And Draco falls to his death. Okay. Well, it doesn't
After all of
matter.
that.
Oh!
It has been foreseen.
What was that? Holy crap!
So was it written. So shall it be.
Hey, we
This
gave
was
him-
the day the
we
great
gave him
Draco
an
died.
inspiration token. Do we try it, or do I try to finagle
Yes.
a
He
way
just-
through?
yeah.
Wait! He's got that super
We have-
jump spell. He would have totally
I w-
used one of his fancy spells to get him
Yes,
across.
correct. You're right.
He would have not rolled that. He would have tried to magic his way across. So hold on, let me see what he's got that can magic him across.
He would also have the rope to hold or to help him across.
Oh,
so
right, because
would he get
we
advantage
tied the rope
basically?
on one side. Okay, so we're gonna get this. What is his fancy jump thing?
Oh,
Jump. It's just called jump. Okay.
Not fancy jump.
The creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends. So if I cast jump on him, how far can he jump? If his
Right,
speed is
that's
30.
not far with his one. Straight down.
Right? He jumped 30 feet straight down.
As long
Well,
as he
that
doesn't
was
take
cool.
damage, I just don't want him to die.
I am perfectly fine with the cinematic value of just saying, with the expense of the spell, Draco is pulling up the rear, sees that he's about to be devoured by scarab swarms and the rickety bridge, and just says, "Fuck all of this," and just grasshoppers across the entire thing.
I used the
Just,
spell slot.
Fuck all of this.
Yes, Draco would not acrobatics. He would have 100% had a magic solution.
He just sees everyone tumbling and flipping across the bridge and is like,
Nah.
I swear, I need to get a saddle for him on the other shoulder for Andy.
It'll help balance you
Do an
anyway.
Athletics check.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
over here. It's not a bad idea.
So, are we going to destroy the bridge, or are we not concerned about?
Can we pull up?
Let's see if the scarabs are following us.
Yeah, well, I'd prefer to like take up this wood here at least, just to
Okay.
just to make sure that they can't, they can't walk across. Well, I guess scarabs fly, so it's kind of unnecessary.
Do we see them following us?
No.
Maybe they won't follow us out of the room, though.
Maybe they'll get
could be.
eaten by the sand.
You wait for a while and nothing seems to follow you out of the room. Maybe because they don't care since you've already left the room. Maybe they're just really
They-
slow.
They protect the room.
Yeah, you wait 2-3 minutes. Nothing pursues you.
Okay.
Hey, Oni, what's that on your face?
I don't know. Let's see.
Oniara, must you always touch the things? I'm
like,
just trying to keep you guys alive.
touching my face. Is there a reflective surface that I can look into so that I can see what this looks like?
To the rest of the party, there is a reflective surface. Your entire face is highly polished chrome steel, save 2 glowing emeralds that are now almost producing like a smoke-like effect, with tendrils of green energy trailing off of the sides of your eyes. Before, when you were looking at the helmet, Oni, it had like a hinge on either side so that the helmet could clamshell open,
Mm-hmm.
be placed on a person's head, clamshelled shut, and then pinned, like, a pretty common medieval style. As you feel across your head now, that seam is gone.
Oh.
Your head is one smooth, contiguous, flawless piece of chromed steel. You feel no seams, no separation. You can't find a point where like your skin ends and this thing begins. It has become seemingly, integrally a part of you.
Seemingly or seamlessly?
Yes.
Bye, Zach.
Bye,
Okay.
sorry they
Held
killed you.
by.
Okay. The first thing I'm going to try to do is talk to it like in my head. Like I'm not going to say anything
Mhm.
out loud, but I'm just going to be like, "Hello. What are you and why are you on my face?" Do I get any kind of response?
If we want to,
Oh, I lost you.
what's
guys.
it say back? I can hear you. I can't hear anybody else. Can
Oh.
you hear me?
John was talking, but I didn't hear him on comms.
I can't hear John
didn't
at
either.
all.
John,
John, what are you doing?
has John stopped moving?
John, why are you broken?
Oh, he
Are
lost.
you
He
back?
needs some
He
milk.
couldn't hear us. He said, "Hold on, I'm gonna roll some dice," and I don't know what that means.
Can you guys get me now?
Yes.
Alright,
You're back.
Sorry about that. I don't
It's
know why
okay.
that-
Does anyone ever get you, John?
No.
Mm,
Aw, that hurts my heart.
his wife. My wife.
My wife.
Are we
The-
gonna take a short rest here?
While we're investigating the
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
stuff.
Have that discussion really quick,
Yes.
and then I'll get to Oni's question
Short
or
rest.
the answer
I
to
can-
Oni's question.
Short rest.
I could use some hit dice.
Yep, and Draco's gonna do hit dice also.
I do not need short rest, but you guys should short rest. We can take an hour.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna
If we
try to.
feel. Sorry, Caleb, go.
I was gonna say if I just want to help Oni try and figure out what's on her head.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't. seem
If
to
we
be-
feel like being completely chaotic, I do have the Silver Flame Silver Skull. We can just put that on top of Oni's face and just watch
Fight,
shit
fight,
get
fight, fight.
wild. Oh, you're not into that?
Nope. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Stop touching the butts, Oniara.
I didn't touch it with my hands.
I'm gonna
I thought
stick
it would be
this
okay.
shit on your head.
Oni, we are safely on this more solid side of the bridge. Everybody wants to take, an hour to catch their breath, patch up some wounds, just breathe for a minute because that was pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
You use that time both to gather your thoughts and try to understand your situation more intuitively.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst you're resting, you find yourself ravenously hungry.
Uh-oh.
More so than usual.
Mm-mm.
More so than like you've skipped a meal. Like you've skipped many meals. Like your stomach is a bottomless and empty pit that needs to be filled right now.
And I'm guessing rations just aren't doing it.
You look through your pack to try to find something that does seem appealing. As you mouse over your coin purse, something about that sensation, like sucking on pennies, have you ever done that as a child? Like, that suddenly sounds very, very good to you. You get the idea that you fingering some of the gold coins out of your purse, these seem like they would be the most delicious of the coins available to you,
I want to
and
eat
you
metal.
find yourself almost otherworldly compelled to want to try to eat this gold coin.
But her mouth is completely covered by the helmet.
You super fucked up, girl.
It's gonna be so expensive to eat gold. Need my gold for me.
Oni, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
What is the
Nope,
bell made
this
out
is
of?
so
Can I take a
bad.
bite out of the bell?
No!
Wisdom saving.
It's not getting better.
All right, Oni, it's been a stressful day, and you just don't have the willpower to fight it right now. So you say, "Oh fuck it," whatever Oni would say, and you just nom that gold coin. As before, the seam on the helm of the mouth rips open, revealing jagged, pointy metallic teeth. And to the
Mm-mm.
horror of your friends, you just
Mm-mm.
like a thin wafer put the gold coin in your mouth, and they can hear the sound of aluminum in a garbage disposal just grind that gold coin into dust, and you swallow it.
Delicious.
Okay. And then what happens?
Renan
you
pukes.
You feel a slight sense of satiation. The compulsion to eat more is abated for now, but you do feel like if you wanted that empty pit in your stomach feeling to go away, you could eat the entire purse.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So I lose a gold piece. That sucks.
No, thank you. No, thank you, psychopath.
Maybe it'll eat the silver mask.
Okay, did it respond at all to me when I talked to it?
When you do your best to attempt to commune with it, you do get the sense that there is something else present. But at this point, it only says to you, "We hunger."
Mm.
Well, we aren't getting anything else to eat until we set some ground rules.
Hoppy, can you just try and like rip it off her face? Can you
Guys,
not
guys.
Minotaurist it? But
Are-
can you
are-
Rip it?
Oni, are you gonna tell us that it's like making you feel like you need to eat gold?
Yeah, I mean, you guys just
I
watched
think
me
we
eat a gold
saw
piece,
that.
so
Mhm.
I guess at this point I'm just gonna say, well, apparently the only thing that it hungers for is gold, so don't let me anywhere near the group gold. I don't know why I
Flava
can't get
Flav's
this off.
medallion.
We're gonna have to figure it out.
Does it need Flava Flav's medallion?
Maybe.
If
It's
it had a
magical.
tongue, it would be licking its lips.
Gross.
I'm just saying, if you need Flava Flav's medallion, it's special.
I can't imagine
Special
that
gold.
it's going to not be hungry, regardless of what we feed it. So I'd
Bro.
really rather not throw stuff. Throw good money after bad.
Oni, while during this hour-long period, everybody else is doing their own thing. We're gonna get to Hoppy in a second, but Hoppy is like polishing and admiring this beautiful halberd that he just grave robbed. As you watch him sort of polish it and weigh it and check its balance, you find yourself like salivating.
Because I want to eat the warglaive.
It occurs to you now that there's a more intrusive thought than before that the glaive would be perhaps even more satiating and more delicious than a simple gold coin.
What is it made of? Do I recognize the metal?
Probably because it's magic.
Oh.
You don't. It looks like steel, but you'd have to
Does
get
it
closer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell
does it
Hoppy,
have the same?
don't let me anywhere near that either. Do my swords inspire the same thing?
They do look delicious.
All right. I'm just gonna look at the group and say, we've got to get this thing off of me before I eat my swords.
Just throwing it out there. The dread helm is available. I've
can't
grown
just-
out of the dread helm. I'm ready to let that go. So if you need the dread helm, it will be delicious
No,
and probably suspicious.
we're not feeding it anymore.
That would
Can
taste
I-
dreadful.
Oh God. Can I mage hand to
I
try
mean,
to remove it.
I'm willing
separate-
to, but I don't know that is going to work for a magical object like that.
Renan, you use your conjured mage hand, your gentle lavender magical hand, to try
Always.
to find like a seam somewhere there isn't. You try with upwards of I think like the 10 pounds of force you can exert. It's like trying to pull her skull out of her head. Like it seems like it is a piece of her as much as her skin and skeleton are.
I'm just trying anything. I'm so sorry, Oni.
What about dispel magic?
What is the anti-curse?
Does it have any response to the lapis? Is it just looking for value, or is it looking for specific metal?
Yeah, it seems like basically it is interested in
Caleb, come here.
eating anything that's worth money.
Well, we got a
Please.
shitload of lapis.
Yeah, but
Do we
we
wanna
need
try and-
no.
Well, wait.
I don't want to feed stuff to this. It needs to get off of my face.
Draco, flame seed
Well,
her
maybe
face.
you didn't touch it.
Fire, metal,
Well,
fire,
I'm-
metal.
I asked the question, and I'm still curious to know: would dispel magic do anything to it?
You can try it.
Okay, I am going to just try to cast dispel magic on it.
I have to refresh my understanding.
There's got to be something we're missing. Ooh, touch it with the blade. The one we just got. Like, touch the
halberd?
things
Tap
together.
it. Prevent me from biting it.
No, this is going to feel chaotic because we're all just trying to do things all at once to save her life.
Let me deal with the dispel magic first, really quick. The dispel magic has an effect, and Draco has successfully removed some kind of magical enchantment from it. However, you cannot remove the helmet, and there's still a empty pit in your stomach that needs to be filled.
All right, moving on.
Oh, can I try to remove it forcefully?
Make a strength check, providing Oni's willing to let you tug on her brain.
Do you want me to tug on your brain?
Sure.
Strength check?
Yes, please.
Oh my god, you're going to rip her skin off. But also might be a better option.
It does. The helmet is not going to come off. You're approaching the amount of strength where her head might come off, and the helmet hasn't gived.
Yeah, it's fine. There must be a more simple, elegant solution that we're not thinking of. I don't want to waste any more time on it.
Because I think Draco might do it, but he's not here. Were he to utilize his detect magic again, no longer is it producing a blank white aura.
Okay.
It is displaying the ribboned purple barbed wire effect that is a cursed item.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
picking up on
Anti-curse.
that. So does he have an anti-curse spell or remove curse spell?
Remove curse is a spell.
Don't do it.
I do not know if he has it prepared, and if he does, I'm not sure that he has a spell level high enough to remove the...
What level is it?
I think natively it's a 3rd level spell.
Sorry, he's got a ton
Okay.
of spells.
We don't play ball indoors.
Psycho.
No.
You are losing your mind. No. You just killed all my tulips, bro.
Also, does Draco have Identify? And is it worth casting either as a ritual or not during this downtime? Because that
Sorry,
might
he's got
give you
so
some
many quests. He's got so many spells. I don't know where to find that.
Doesn't Renan have Identify?
I think she might.
I thought she had an object that gave her Identify.
You are losing your mind, bro.
I feel like I'm losing my mind sometimes.
You're crazy. He's just a crazy guy. Leave that. Yes, you're crazy.
I really don't have anything that would be helpful.
Renan does have Identify. When she gets back, we'll see if she's interested in burning a spell slot. Now that the aura of non-detection has been removed.
Yeah, I don't see a.
While we're waiting for her, do you want to do the glaive? Hubbard, whatever it is.
It is a glaive. Do you want her to identify the glaive? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I was just gonna look at it, see if I could get any information from it.
As you
She
spend
can identify it. But...
the time playing with it, it is impossibly sharp, like splitting hairs sharp, and seems incredibly light and perfectly balanced for
No,
such a
no, thank
large,
you.
normally kind of clumsy weapon.
You gotta come get him out of my room, Caleb. This is turning into a disaster. I'm sorry, you guys.
Sorry.
He's
Tower
literally
was-
throwing a basketball around the room and breaking shit.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's just stuff, but sorry to
It's
distract from game.
Renan, the thought was you could use Identify on the helm for
Mhm,
Oni,
mhm.
and also the glaive is sharp.
Well, my thought was I will use Identify. That was going to be my next suggestion, also, and then my thought was they all go together, right? So if you use the glaive to like touch the front of the mask or something, maybe it will come off. But anyways, that's just my thought.
We could try that. I don't mind. Oni, do you want to?
Do it.
I will touch her with the glaive, see if it does anything.
Um,
I'm going to let him do that first before I do Identify. I just wanted to look at it. Sorry.
yeah, the glaive tink touches the polished chrome steel of the mask. There's no immediate reaction. Only like someone poking you with a churro, you think, I'm gonna have a little bite of that.
We also
you're
need
able
to
like quiet
check
the
out.
compulsion. But
We also need to check out the vase. That might have some clues potentially. I doubt it, but maybe.
all right, then we are at the Renan casting Identify on something stage.
Yes.
On the helm, yes.
Mhm.
On the helm. Hmm.
As Renan places her hands just above the helm to identify its properties, the same omnipresent voice that you've heard once before, Oni, just says, "Very clever." And this is what you've learned about what you're wearing, but you get the impression there's more to it than simply this.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting.
So there must be a soul in it because it's talking to you?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that just a bad assumption on
That
my
seems
part?
pretty reasonable.
What, bro? What happened,
Basketball.
bro? You can go outside. Goodbye. I'm not going.
Okay. So this is what's stuck to my head.
It is.
All right.
But it says
Pretty
nothing
cool.
about how to get it off. Is there a magic word?
Or
Ask
if
the
there's
thing.
a requirement for me to continue feeding it.
Yeah, just say, I'll put you on and off when I need you, and I'll keep you fed. But how do I get you on and off?
There must be a way to remove it. I guess maybe through feeding it, we could just keep shoving gold at it. It would be such a waste, and we need our gold. It would be such a waste if that doesn't work. I'll be really pissed off. So I'd rather just not feed
I
it.
don't want that. I don't want. Don't give it our gold. We barely get gold as
Yeah,
is.
I don't.
Don't give
I
it to this
really
shit.
don't want it. I really don't want it to eat things of value that we need to sell.
If you have to attune to it, this is what we need to do. Take your short rest, attune to it,
And then
go
maybe then I can
deeper
pull it on and off.
into its soul. Yeah.
Well, but if
This
I
is
attune
this
to
is
it,
the
we can't give it to somebody else. Should this belong to somebody else in the party?
Well, your dumbass touched it. So if you're gonna get it on and off, guess what?
Then I'm gonna
Guess
send my short
what?
rest to attune to it.
You can
I mean-
commune with it if you want to, but cursed items tend to just remain attached to their user, functionally attuning at the moment of contact.
Okay. So I don't really
Um,
need to attune to it.
No, but anytime you
No,
want
it
to
already
commune
has
with
a
it,
soul.
like you can try to talk to the person in the soul hole.
All right. Who are you? And how did you
I love
end
you,
up,
John. I love you, John.
And how did you
That
end
is a
up
throwback.
in that room? All right, we need to talk about the glaive.
Swinging it a couple of times, Hoppy has found that it is sharp and fast, being very well balanced. I would require someone to identify it to give him any more than that.
Hey, wait. I think I've got another slot. Yes,
Mhm.
I do. I've used. That'll be. Yes. Go for it. I only have one spell left. Ooh, look at your glaive.
It was just more glaive.
Oh, there's supposed to be an R in there.
Is it magical?
Plus
Did you
one
I had
read
to-
what it says?
Oh, yeah. We did identify it as magical.
Yeah.
So you could use that thing on it.
Yeah.
What's that thing?
That thing that turns
The
something from magic
thing
to
that levels
god
up.
touched.
Or
Oh,
We were
our
waiting for a
gym.
magical item.
Yeah, our gym. Oh, what? Excuse me. My roll 20 just crashed. Why did you do that?
Is this effectively a vicious glaive, John? I was gonna drag it from, or is it glaive plus one?
Just if you were going to grab it from this compendium, glaive plus 1 is the best thing. You'll have to remember the opportunity attack bit on your own.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a bio break.
That's fair. We are 2 hours in. Let's everybody take a bio break.
Okay.
Quick 2 minutes. Oh, it critically missed on its first swing.
Got to get those out early.
There.
Nice.
And I wasted a crit.
The room where he's casting all of those spells. He's not casting spells. I am, though, if you would just listen.
Why did this not... What is the...
I did, though. When we were at town, I told you I was going to need to buy spell components for all of my magic spells. Yeah, but you never actually cast the spell. So now there are ogres. I have an ogre slaying knife. It's got a +10 against ogres. But you're not there. You're at the tavern. Roll to see if I'm getting drunk. Yeah, you are. Cool. Are there any girls there? Okay, the ogres roll initiative. Graham, are there any girls there? Yeah, there are girls there. Good, I want to do them. I love that bit.
Are you rolling to get drunk in the tavern?
Hell yeah. Came back at the right moment. She is not rolling to get drunk in the tavern because she got drunk in the tavern last night and she's too old for that shit. Ooh.
Oh, looks like we've done away with the basketball for now.
Now he's got his muscle shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Sun's out, guns out, bud.
That's right.
He tried to throw it at my computer, so I took it out of his hands and threw it out of the room. So it's just going to be a matter of seconds before he goes to retrieve it while turning off my light.
Yep. Oh shit, I had a basketball. Where did that go?
Ha, you've unlocked the cursed item.
Alright. So yeah, Oni's beautiful face trapped in a metal box. Hoppy the Minotaur has a new shiny pokey stick. We are back at the, well, as far as you want to be, back towards the intersection that you originally came down to this room with. You did not deeply explore the abandoned mine section of this cave, and the other end seems to just dead end into a lava flow, but otherwise you have explored everything down here. What would you guys like to do?
Do you want to go look at the lava area first, just to make sure it's a dead end, and then go to the mine?
Sure.
Crawl our way back up our 300 feet of rope?
You know what? Why don't I do that while you guys were taking your short rest and while we figured all our shit out? Why don't I just
See
go
if there's
look
anything
out
for us
ahead
to-
real fast and
Sounds good.
just see if it's worth us all going. And I'd like to be very careful as I go.
Let's do this. The two scout rolls. Give me stealth and give me perception.
My roll 20 crashed and I didn't bring up my character sheet because again, I don't know how to play this game anymore. Perception, stealth. She's sneaky.
She is very sneaky. Walking down the corridor towards the lava flow, you spend some time having walked all along the perimeter here. It does seem like there was maybe much more to this cave, but it has been entirely subsumed by this lava flow. It has, burned away any kind of bridge access and eaten, 30 feet of depth. Yeah, whatever was here has been swallowed by liquid earth. This is a dead end unless someone wants to go swimming in the lava.
No, we're good. Okay. I'll report that back to the group and we can go check out the mines.
Were we gonna
Should-
do anything with the crockery?
urn.
I think we should leave it for now and get out of this cave before we open more shit underground.
Agreed.
That's
Okay.
my.
Yeah.
Are we gonna tuck
The
it
other
in the bag
question
of
is, do
holding?
we take the
What, Mark?
take the bell?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to eat the bell.
Uh-huh.
That has no value
Oh
to
no.
us. I'm gonna see if that does anything for the helmet. I'm just gonna take a bite out of it.
I also heated my stones while we were on our long rest.
Perfect.
I did my. I stoned. I'm a stoner.
I did my thing. I'm a stoner. Oni, yes, the helm is. I'm going to use the word aroused, but not in a sexual sense. Just that its consciousness is brought to the foreground. It is ravenously hungry and completely consumes the bell again by separating the lips into a maw of jagged steel teeth. You get that sound of aluminum foil in a garbage disposal or a blender where it just like churns through the metal, shredding it into bits that you somehow are now able to metabolize. Oni, while it's reveling in the ecstasy of devouring this semi-magical bell, you can sense that there's like before you were two people like in a room, right? Opposite corners, he was in shadow, you were in shadow. No connection. While this helmet or the being trapped within it seems to be in ecstasy devouring this bell, you feel a connection, like there's a bridge now, like you were on the other side of a bridge from this person, and if you wanted to, you could try to cross that bridge a little bit. If you're interested in trying to glean some information, you can attempt a wisdom saving throw, but you do get the sense that the more you try to know him, the more you open yourself up to being known.
Ugh.
We're only talking about first exchanges here, so it's not entirely that bad. You learn its name. The trapped soul in your helmet is called Ramani.
Put that in chat, John, please. Meg, you should make a note somewhere
Mm-hmm.
because he's gonna ask us, "What's the trapped soul's name?" And we're gonna go, "Everybody loves Raymond." Now we'll never forget it.
As the bell is nearly devoured, you get the sense that he's sort of now aware that you're seeing his thoughts. And rather than like introduce himself to you, he instead like sublimates and would much rather you commit a different name to memory, and that name is Volk. He imagine this is like a Discord chat. He has changed his username from Ramani to the Servant of Volk. It's like calling a parent by their first name.
The Servant of Volk. Okay, I'm adding notes to my bio page.
I don't know if I've said this or not. I have a hard out at 11:35.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to take my kid to basketball practice.
No worries.
On a Sunday. On a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
Well, do we want to go over to the mine area? See if we can take care of that really quick.
Yeah, I'm just looking something up really. Sorry, I realize when I'm not talking, it seems like we're just meandering. I had to read something really quick.
That's right.
Oni, as you end your sort of communion with this servant of Volk named Ramani, the satiation that you feel from having devoured the bell, like, eliminates that empty pit in your stomach feeling for the time being, and instead you feel like warm and tingly. And a thought crosses your mind. If I told you you could look like any person on Earth, who would you most want to look like?
I would want to look like myself. I would want to look like Oni.
Oni, as you think that thought, at this sort of like weird getting to know you 40 questions on a first date prompt that just pops into your brain, you think about, kind of like your own vanity and how much you like the way you looked before this horrible transfiguring accident happened.
Don't want to look like not me.
The metallic skin of your newly acquired helm ripples and changes form until you look almost unmistakably like Oni, except that your eyes remain green instead of blue.
Nice. Okay, so if I feed it, I can look normal. Kind of like my beauty, my glamour armor.
Oni, you can also add the Disguise Self spell to your character sheet. You can cast Disguise Self at will.
That's freaking cool.
Nice.
You realize that your vanity allowed you to change your shape back to the way you look, but that's just the tip of the iceberg and what you're capable of.
Okay.
Drawing on the power of the helmet that's now fed, you can assume the shape of anyone.
Okay. We'll have to figure out how to add that as a spell to my thing.
I can drag it now if you want.
That'd be great. Thank you.
We either need to find a lot of gold, or Oni has just become a gold goblin.
A gold goblin.
A goblin of gold.
I was able to eat that bell, so I just need to find large amounts of metal that we're not going to try to sell.
I would like to be on the lookout for metal objects to put into my sister's trap hole.
Metal.
But was that was the bell magical?
The bell was magical.
God damn it.
So it's probably magical.
Well, we'll never know if
Metals.
it was the volume or if it was magical only. The gold wasn't magical. And I ate that gold coin just fine.
Well,
But
it
you
had
also
value.
weren't able to
Do
change your
anything
face
else.
shape.
Yeah.
So we be fucked right now, but that's cool. This is a cool game. It's
All right,
gotta touch the shit, Oni.
We'll figure it out. We'll get it off of my head at some point.
Not a big deal, guys. Don't worry about it.
I have a hand axe you can
All
eat.
right.
Let's go to the mines.
Crossing back the way we came through the shaft that you guys rappelled down in. Yes, I guess directly across. You enter the area that was once probably a very prolific gold mine. All the seams have been mined out. It is the husk of what used to be, and there is something kind of off-putting about it that makes you uneasy about traveling too deeply in. You're about 100 feet in, and you get that sort of like goosebumpy cold chill. And yeah, it's a windy corridor and an underground tunnel, but there's just a creep factor that makes you go, ooh. Do you wish to proceed?
Of course.
No,
We've got
of course not,
it.
but sure.
But we'll let our tanky peeps go first.
I might as well just ask the compass. Is it worth going down there?
Oh.
It lands on Nabra.
Absolutely not. But you're gonna do it anyways. Have fun.
Again, it's going to land somewhere between wheel and woe, but this time probably slightly favoring the potential for bad things in 51% woe.
Mhm, mhm.
Do we want to skip it?
Mm-hmm. And that's the last
I mean,
area
Hoppy
that we have to
doesn't.
clear, right?
That is correct.
I mean, for completionist sake, can we do it in 20 minutes? Just under 20 minutes?
Almost certainly.
Perfect. Let's just
Let's
do a
do
full
it.
clear. Otherwise, we'll always wonder.
On our deathbeds, what was in that mine?
Scary.
You can walk for a long time. I imagine that sunlit tunnel isn't there. It was just the coolest abandoned mine picture I could find. You walk for several hundred feet through these just absolutely ruined tunnels. Every time you step, like one of the struts above you, like shakes and trembles, giving way. Like, start doing the calculation of just how much dirt and mountain is above you, sitting on these tiny little matchstick timbers. It's amazing it stood this long. ... You get a foreboding sense that you are being watched this entire time, and again with the sort of chill wind, goosebumpy sensations. All of that comes to a head when you stumble across skeletal remains. Here in the middle of the tunnel, there was a mine accident ? There are 3 skeletal remains, long ago. I mean, these are all just bones now. 2 of them are just laid across the pathway at the center, but one of them is like shoulders and above, crushed under a collapsed minecart.
Caleb, mute, Caleb.
Oh, sorry. Thought I was muted.
And as you approach this scene, you can hear all of you a whispery, wafting voice. Why do you disturb me?
I don't disturb you. Not me.
Why do you disturb me?
Yeah, bitch.
Hoppy feels something cold pass through him.
No, he does not.
In Hoppy's voice, it says, "Come no farther. Depart this place at once, lest I decide to play with you like toys." And then that cold
I
feeling
don't.
washes away from him, and Hoppy, you have like that weird, unclean feeling.
Forever unclean.
I'm very upset about what has just happened here.
Amon, you get the sense that obviously there's a ghost present here somewhere. There's an almost unconscious like call to action somewhere in the deep recesses of your mind that makes you think something needs to be done about this. This spirit needs to find its way to Duat. This situation needs to be put to rest. And as you allow that unconscious thought to like creep into your conscious mind, that Anubis tattoo manifests on the back of your right hand. So here, it begins to softly glow a soft light blue color. I recognize you probably cannot talk, so I'll try to keep it to yes/no responses. As you're being
That would be
choked the
preferable.
fuck out.
Thank you.
It seems like you could. Your impression is that you could compel the spirit to appear before you if you wanted to. That seems to be what the tattoo is manifesting to provide you the opportunity for.
And I would like to try and summon the spirit.
You slam both hands together, and a pulse, boom, of light blue light just kind of washes down the hallway like a photo flash from an old, camera. And a small spectral entity rises up out of the skeletal remains that have been crushed by the mining cart, shrouded in otherworldly cloth. You summoned me here.
What?
Why?
No, I did not. What? Stop it. Who are you? Go away.
All of you can see him now.
Michelle, do you want to come take a turn with the baby?
Just bring him to me. Bring him here.
Get over here.
I'll take it. I made it. I'll take it. Okay, where is he? Oh, I see him. Hello. Hi. You can keep going. Caleb says he's on comms and he can hear.
Okay. It seems irritated almost that it's been summoned, right? Like it showed you, demonstrated how easily it could inhabit a body like Hoppy's, but in this state you're sort of forcing it to appear visible to everyone in its spectral skeletal form, and that is like annoying to it in some way. It seems frustrated almost, but it asks what you want from it. Why have you done this?
We haven't done anything. We're just walking around down here, and you're up in our grill.
I would just say we just like to pass quietly.
That's not what I'm going to say.
That's not what
Just kidding. He didn't want me, guys, in case you're wondering.
You seem disturbed. How can I help you find rest?
I have been left here for an eternity. Murdered, forgotten. All in service of a leader I never chose. And now again you force me, compel me into this place. Leave me be, I wish only to rest.
Do you wish to have... I'm sorry, guys.
That's fine.
It's both distracting and a little hard to think.
Would he like to join my ancestral protectors? I will take him as an ancestral protector if he would like to come with me. I'm a lot cooler than whoever his other leader was.
The spirit rejects your offer, saying that he has served in all of his life. He will not serve again in death.
I mean, it's pretty easy. You just kind of hang out and chill, and I kind of hit things hard.
Because Amon is otherwise engaged, is this a good time to just stop and we can pick this up here next week, since we're already pretty close to the basketball tournament?
Yes, please.
Let's have that be the plan. We'll pick
it.
up here next week. Yeah, it seems like we're having just a bad day, so.
Yeah. Okay, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
Of course. Goodbye.
Yeah, thanks.
Everybody next Sunday. Good luck with
next
basketball.
Sunday works. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.